All right, last video of the night. This is my 10th video, all-time record. I was like, let me see if I can do 10 videos in a day. Yeah, nothing crazy, but you gotta, edit them, um, thumbnails, do all kinds of stuff with it, download it. It's Monday, January 18th. Let's take a look at the small caps. All right, BCRX float 174 million, higher float. Short growth is down. Market cap this 1.15 billion. Cash 145 million. Insiders don't own this. Institutions do. 73%. Current debt 80 million. Enterprise value of 1.49 billion. Let's see. They design, develop novel oral and small molecule medicines. Drug candidates include betrotralostat, even 9930, 9250, Rapivab, Alavab, and Rapitacia, Paramaflu, and they have Galadasphere and Mundestein, if I pronounce that right. Company was founded in 1986, headquartered in Durham, North Carolina. 8,000 buys, no sells. All right, so income minus 124 million on FinViz, sales 53 million, float 175 million. See any news on this? They report inducement grants on their NASDAQ listing rule. They're going to report in the JP Morgan Health Conference. That was January 6th. Let's see what else they say down here. Phase 1, I see a phase 1. And the other, they have International Holdings, University of Alabama, Albert Einstein College of Medicine, Yeshiva University. They have companies collaborations in license relationships with the U.S. Department of Health, Human Services, National Institute of Allergy, Infectious Diseases, UK Limited, Green Cross Corp. They have a lot of stuff going on. Green Corporation. All right, let's look at the monthly. This came out. We have 2004. This was up near 70, 80, but there was a split. So then this came racing down like they all do when the splits, and then otherwise too when they are not doing well. Let's go to the daily. You can see there. All right, going back. And the last big move on this, they had a split 2017 March 3rd. Yeah, this went to one just below, then bounced. Huge move up to 650. Then we came crashing back down, right to that one line. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Went below again in March. This was a great buy. Then it went up to 1, went up to 225. The low kept getting higher. Kept getting higher. Then went up to 4. Look at all these lows since March. You have like 1, 25, 50, 75, 2. Kept going up. Now we reached a peak, this 4 plus. It came back pretty hard. Looks like it's coming down now some more. This could go to 3, 275 line. Watch for each line, each quarter here. You don't want it to go too far below, but it'll be a buy soon if it gets that far. And then your high, we want this to get back to the 4 plus. So this is pretty easy to read. I can put probably a long-term trend line on this now. See it? Like right up, probably right there, that 2 line. I mean, even though it came across a little bit, it's a straight line across. So we'll see what happens on this. And I'm looking at the wrong stock. It was MNKD. All right, let's forget that. Let's go back. That was MNKD. Let's go back to that. Forgot to change it. All right, this is on the 2 line. This is BCRX now. All right, so this was way back in 1994. Went down, busted all the way up to 36. Came back to 2. Look at this. Every time this comes back, bounce, bounce. But the bounce is getting lower and lower in this. But the 2 line's been holding for years, maybe slightly below. And the weekly. Let's go to the weekly here. You can see 2009, 2015 puts in major spikes. And where we are now is going back to 2019, like May. It's crashed right below 8. Excuse me. Right to this 450 line. Big gap. And then we went down. And sometimes it'll come up from the gap. We did a little bit to the bottom of the gap, but that was it. Then it's went lower, 250. Then we went all the way down to 150 and below. And then January started to move, back to 4, back to this 2 line here. And then this off to the races, the 550 plus, back to 4, like a double top, came back to 350. But the low kept grinding up. And look at this big U shape. And we took off in November, like a lot of stocks. It seems like I would say like 75% of the stocks moved. If it was like good news or not, didn't even matter. The market was so hot. December, look at this. 850. Then we gapped down a little bit and held the 7 level. Look, 1, 2, 3, 5 touches. And look at this, we're back up again. Yeah, this is trying to break 9. Trying to see here. Yeah, back in 2019, this 950 level. So watch that. It's a big level there. And then as you're going down, each 50-cent line, it's a pretty big line, however you want to do it. And then at 7 lines, huge on this. So BCRX. All right, let's go to AMRN. AMRN Corp float 385 million, market cap 2.36 billion. Plenty of cash, 569 million. Look at this revenue, 593 million. Assets, 960 million. Insiders don't own this. Why would insiders own this if this is a billion-dollar company? I don't get it. 40% institutions own. Only 20 million debt. Slightly overvalued. Let's see here. Biopharmaceutical company focuses on commercialization development of therapeutics for cardiovascular disease. If I'm not wrong, I've been training. I'm a personal trainer too, also nutritional consultant over 20 years. I think cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer in the world. I'm not 100% positive. I think that is true. And that's because our diets are absolutely horrible and we don't move enough. All right. So it's a product development program, lipid science, potential therapeutic benefits of polyunsaturated fats. Developed and markets is best SEPA capsules through wholesale. It's founded by Jeffrey W. Guy, March 1st, 1989, headquartered in Dublin, Ireland. 712,000 cells. You have a minus 15 million income, sales 590 million, 378 million float. This is a huge float. Seeing a penny stock like that, like they run. January 9th, they're about to shift from loss to profit. This stock could be surprise growth 2021. See anything else in here? Not really. All right, go to the monthly. Monthly, you have a big line here, right at 1993. That's when we started. This is a reverse split. This went all the way down, 2008. So go to the weekly. It's not much to see here. Go to the daily. The daily, pretty much October, this jumped all the way to this like 23 line. So we bounced down, bounced up, bounced down. Pretty much 14 to 23 for a year in January 19. Then we collapsed. Then we just started to ride down like a waterfall, sliding board. Bounced a little bit. Then we gapped down to right at this 4 level. Yeah, I could change this. That's a big level, this 4 level. Or see this? 1, 2, just below it. See this little U2? This is all patterns here. When you see this on the chart and you see it like sort of down, then sideways, then this loop down, sort of like V. That is a cross at the bottom of patterns to change of direction. That was it. Look at us, hanging cross, oversold, and then we bounced. If anyone was in down there, see if you know patterns. People are like, "Oh, you're crazy, get in there. How do you know that's gonna be the change of direction?" Well, it might not be exactly, but you're so far away from these moving averages, it's getting buried. It was a great time to buy, risk reward. When people are afraid to buy, sometimes that's when you buy. It's like going against, what everyone thinks, because the public usually doesn't know what they're doing. So you go up here, then back to the 4 line, and we bounce up here, and we're right at 6 right now. See this trend line too? We broke that. Yeah, this needs to get over 6. Let me see here. The 650 line, little gap, and then get back to right at this 758, which I think this is going to be a turnaround story this year. Just have a hunch because this dropped so far. I think this year could be a big move for this. So we don't want this to go below, back below this 550 and then not below 4 either. They'll be all the way back down on AMRN. All right, KOPN. KOPN Corporation, 68 million float, short growth minus 53%, market cap 272 million, cash 15 million, 19% insiders, institutions 18% owned, only 2 million in debt. Pretty good. It engages in develop, manufacture, sale of wearable technologies, include components and systems, optics, whisper voice, software, OLEDs, semiconductor, 3D, metrology equipment. Company is founded by John C.C. Fan, April 23rd, 1984, Westboro, Massachusetts. 310,000 insider buys. All right. KOPN's 2.6K, 2.6K OLED display incorporated Panasonic's new VR glasses. What else they say here? See much information. Has systems held in the United States, Asia Pacific, Europe, internationally. Let's look at the monthly. Now, this stock's been around a while from the blip in the eye back in 1992. This had reverse splits in the .com. Look at the .com bubble. This has been around since then. This was 5, then it jumped to like 45. Look at that. Total up, down move. Then we came back down. On the weekly, and here's the weekly. Look at this big wedge. Massive wedge down. See? Wide, tight, tight. Draw your points together. And then what do you have on points together? You explode up. And that's exactly what happened here. Draw your line right here. So, once we came out right here, this little loop down at a 25-cent level, 50 cents, 125. I can take this out. This was a falling wedge pattern. Then we came back to the 125 line. See how the low pretty much got higher each time in this? Well, then a nice pullback to 125, but then it took off again. And up we go. Look at this here. 325 line pulled back right to your 1320 EMA. Got real choppy here. Then we bounced up again. We're sort of pushing very high here, which is the top of the trend line. So you could get a pullback to 275, 250. Then you just don't want to pull back all the way down here to 150, 175, which is possible. You have big volume down here, though. See in the trend line, so you have connections all the way up. This is a top. I don't like top of the trend line. If anything, if you draw this up here, this is a rising wedge. So it's overextended right now. All right, let's go to SDPI, last one. Superior Drilling Products, 10 million float, 207% short growth, 20 million market cap, only 1 million in cash, 58% insiders. That's pretty good. Institutions don't own this. Current debt, 6 million, fair valued. It's engaged products, drilling, completion tool, technology company, manufacturer, sale, repair and sale, rental, and drilling tools. Has a drill and a ream, completion tool, Strider, V-Stream, DR Stringer. The company was founded by Annette Duell Meyer and Gilbert Troy Meyer. 1983, headquartered in Vernal, Utah. Got a few insider buys here. It achieves 9100 and 9001 certification, quality management systems, proves liquidity, completed sale, lease, SPAC transaction. What's it say down here? Drilling completion tools, United States, Canada, and Middle East. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so this stock came around in 2014. It was 4, busted up to 750. Came all the way down to like 1, bounced to 4, and then back to 50 cents is where we go. You can draw a longer term trend line on this rate from all-time highs to this wick. See it? So that's a line there. You could probably bring this line up to now. So it looks like, let's see here, 50-cent line. We're at 50 cent. Let me move this out. What's below this? 22, 25 cent. Well, this is a 25-cent line, but all right. So look at this big line. Big move down. 2015, 2016. Came around like $1. Bounced up hard to 4. Bounced back down to 50 cents. Big volume here. See this big volume? This tells me, this is a good chance to go higher here. Drop this all the way down. Let's go to the daily. Daily. See this? You have a line coming down. 2019, we came back down. 2020, look at this. Big wicks down to this like 25-cent level. Didn't increase. The low was getting higher. So 50 cents. Let's see here. What do we have here? We have a $1 line. So $1 is huge again. Remember, I said that. Penny stock land. Let's draw this here. All right, so as you can see here, we went below 50 cents. That's a key support. Yeah, it went to 25, but look at this. Back and forth, back and forth. The main chunk of this is between 50 and $1. Now we tried here, 2019, failed. Tried here, failed. Then what we're doing now is trying again. This is a big move up and they pushed it all the way back down. So, if this doesn't hold, watch your 65, 70-cent level or 50 cents. Or else this could come back down again. Now you do have sort of maybe a little trend line up, which would mean the next move is pretty much 50 cents if this goes that far. So as you can see here, see this is a big line. And on the $1 zone we go. And then you have a little bit below. So it's just been going this way since 2019. I think we're going to break this year too. See this? It keeps trying to do it. Once it keeps trying, eventually it will break through. You have big volume. So watch that. Maybe it'll happen this week, this month. That's a big move up. Let me see here. See, it faded. It pushed it up early, then they faded it pre-market. Didn't hold. All right, so we'll see on that. That's good potential. But it's looking like it's a cross, a high cross of a pattern. So you got to be careful. It might pull back here to this zone or this zone. All right, that's it. Please subscribe to Mike Game of Trades on YouTube. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. Smash it. Trade ideas in my YouTube. Also, Twitter, Mike Frank 007. TikTok, Mike Frank II. Instagram, Mike Frank 98. Stock Twits, Mike Cayman Trades. All right, that's it for tonight. I did 10 videos. Didn't hit the gym today. Actually, smashed my elbow, killing me. So it's been a long day. Tons of videos. I did do 10 videos today. I'm impressed by myself doing 10 videos. Totally insane. And that's it. Have a good weekend and let's make money trading.